I thought I'd do a review for the camera I use in all my videos, and this is the Sony HDR CX240, and I think this is the most popular one Sony do out of their little camcorders. But my experiences with this haven't been all that great in a lot of ways, so I'll tell you the good and bad things about it. So you've got quite a good clear optical image zoom on it. It says that it's 54 times on there, but I don't think it's actually as high as that. I think some of that is digital. It's quite lightweight, it has a good hand strap, and it has the standard screw, you know, for going into stuff. You've got an easy to flick on and off shutter lens, so you don't get the shutter dirty, which is really nice. And it has a fold out side screen that can be twisted around, so you can look at it from different angles. If I can just get that open. But yeah, as I said, I sometimes get a lot of errors with this, which is quite irritating. Sometimes I go to film and find that it will film about 5 seconds, then it will say, you know, video corrupted something or other, blah blah blah. I've looked up the error and nobody's got a real solution for it, and I know the memory card in there is fine, because often, you know, I'll change the memory card around, it'll do it with another memory card, or I can use this memory card in there and other things and it's fine. I find if I format the memory card in the camera, film some videos, put them on the computer, then it's fine, but the next day when I go to use it, it might do the error again. So that is really irritating. And also, the memory card doesn't always stay seated properly in the bit, if I can get that open and show you. Okay, so your memory card goes in there, but if you take it out and put it in, often you have to keep taking it out and putting it in over and over and over till the camera likes how it is, because the contacts aren't very good. Either take some microSD like I've got in there, or Sony's own brand that's slightly different, but it's a microSD type thing. So what I'll do now is I'll film some stuff with the camera so you can see what the quality's like. Okay, so this is the camera at minimum zoom, and I'm going to start zooming in until it's at maximum zoom. And if the autofocus works, we should get a focus on there. But sometimes at maximum zoom it won't focus properly, so I have to zoom out a bit. So yeah, that's pretty good. You can see the shed over there quite easily. You can see a bit of the camcorder reflecting on the glass. But apart from that, the zoom is very good on this camera. So yeah, one thing I really like about this is the zoom. It has very good zoom for a little camcorder, as you can see. And the autofocus isn't too bad as you're zooming in, but when you get to like the really far bit of the zoom, as I said, sometimes it won't focus, like it seems focused now. Image stabilization is pretty good. If I shake my hand around, you won't really notice it until you're really highly zoomed in. When you're zoomed out, you barely notice shaking at all. You know, it's really good at stabilizing the image. But when I do videos, I do use it on a tripod, regardless. Unless, you know, I want to film something really quickly, and I'll just hold it like this with a strap, or I'm using it outdoors. But yeah, I think it retails for about £120 upwards. And I'd say it's a good camcorder for the money. It just really irritates me about all the faults. I don't know if you use a Sony official card if that doesn't happen, but it does with microSD. And it's quite irritating because of the size of the camcorder, they could have easily just made a normal SDHC slot on there, and that would have been fine, because I never have problems with cameras that have SD cards. Or when I have, it's because the camera's got really old. Well, it started doing these errors, you know, after a few months of owning the camera. But after searching around, I realised, you know, it's a fault with the model of camcorder itself, and not my individual ones. I didn't return it, and I can still get it working. It just takes a bit of patience. But obviously, that sort of error where you start recording and then you know, you have to keep formatting the thing until it works, it would be really bad if you took it to an air show or something, or a sport event, we're trying to film, got that error, had to keep, you know, fucking about with the camera till it actually works, and you'd probably lose lots of good footage you were trying to shoot. So I'd recommend this camera, but be aware when buying it that there are faults with it. So yeah, for about £100 it is a good camera, and I do like having it as a camcorder. It films in 1080p, which I use, that's the function I use. I don't bother with lower resolutions at 60 frames per second, I think, or it might be 50 frames per second. That's good because it means you can slow the video down a bit for not real slow motion, but a bit of extra speed. So it's lightweight, has a lithium-ion battery. It tends to last a fair while. If you were taking it out, you'd want some spare batteries you can swap. It uses the same batteries as any of the Sony big sort of bridge cameras use, and I think other Sony camcorders. But yeah, this is overall a pretty good camcorder. Just be aware it does have technical faults with it.